Welkom terug by Active Kids waar ons in jou toekoms belê.
Wie se toekoms?
Jou toekoms.
My naam is Berg en saam met my het ek vandag my pragtige maatjie vir ons Afrikaanse dag en ons week vol van plaaslike media.
Yes, en ek het beloof ek sal weer terugkom. So ek is nou weer terug en ek is bly om met julle te gesels en om te hoor oor wat se tema of wat die tema is vir die week en oor wat spesifiek ons gaan vandag praat. So Marisel, oor wat praat ons vandag?
So vandag gaan alles oor televisie wat ook deel is van ons plaaslike media.
Lekker.
Ja. En gepraat van televisie, as jy ons wil sien elke dag, kan jy ons kry maandag, dinsdag, woensdag, donderdag, vrydag om 9uur op die MyZone en Zacky Facebook blaaie. En ons wil vir ons maatjies by Innovations baie dankie sê vir hierdie super oulike wolkies. So as jy enigiets vir jou partytjie wil kry, maak seker jy stuur 'n e-pos aan info@kickstartnam.com.
Marisel,
Ja.
vandag het jy gesê dis plaaslike media reg?
Ja, die hele week is plaaslike media, vandag is televisie.
En televisie. Nou wat se tipe televisie maak al jy van? Ek weet ek al van Samsung.
Stop dit ek ook.
High five Marisel.
Stop
Dit is
dit.
my maatjie is.
Dis hoekom jy my maatjie
Ag,
is.
stop dit Marisel.
Hou net op. Ek kan nie meer nie.
Okay, maar ek mis my twee vriende.
Zoey en Zacky. Maar
Maar
voor ons,
yes.
ons moet eers sing. Dis baie
Asseblief
belangrik.
Marisel, ons moet sing. Laat ons regmaak vir Zoey en Zacky en die feite wat hulle het vir ons. Hulle het al die so lekker feite wat
Natuurlijk,
ek geniet.
nee? So die liedjie wat ons vandag sing is, kan ek 'n drumrol kry? Is Jampie wie?
Okay.
Is jy reg?
Ek is baie reg. Vriende, is julle reg? Okay.
1 1 2 1 2 3 Jan Pierewit, Jan Pierewit, Jan Pierewit staan stil. Jan Pierewit, Jan Pierewit, Jan Pierewit staan stil. Goeiemôre my vrou, hier's 'n swinkie vir jou. Goeiemôre my man, daar is koffie in die kan. Jy kan hoog skop, jy kan laag skop, maar vir my skop jy nie. Jy kan hoog skop, jy kan laag skop, maar vir Michelin skop jy nie.
Maatjies, ons moet glad en al in mekaar skap nie.
Nee, Sisa. Bring jou handjie hierso. Sisa.
Bad. Slegs. Maar nou gaan ons oor na Zoey en Zacky toe, so maak gereed. Yay!
Hallo, gaan dit met jou? Dit gaan goed, ek is bly, dit gaan wonderlik, hoerai! Hallo, gaan dit met jou? Dit gaan goed, Ek is bly, dit gaan wonderlik. Hooray!
Hi aan al die mooiste en slimste maatjies. My naam is Zacky.
Hi maatjies, ek het julle so baie gemis. My naam is Zoey.
Ek kan nie wag om nog 'n dag saam met julle te kuier nie en nog net soveel goedjies saam met julle te leer.
Julle wonder seker waar Zoshi is, maar moenie stres nie. Hy's okay. Hy is nog besig met sy lesse by die MyZone aanlyn skool by ons gunsteling juffrou Moet. Hy geniet homself gate uit en julle gaan ook vandag saam met hom les hê.
Zoey, hierdie week leer ons oor plaaslike media.
Dis reg ja. Vandag gaan alles oor televisie.
Zoey, hoe verduidelik 'n mens 'n TV?
'n TV is 'n masjien met 'n skerm.
Wow, maar hoe werk dit?
'n TV werk met elektrisiteit.
En met syne, né?
Ja, jou slimmie. Die TV kry die syne en dan maak dit prentjies en klank.
Dan kan jy goedjies sien en hoor.
Dis so cool, né?
Maar die ene agter ons is af.
Hy is af, maar want jy moet die skakel druk dat daar 'n prentjie kan opkom en dat jy goedjies kan hoor.
Okay. Maar in die ou dae was die bokse van die TV so groot soos die een agter.
Presies, maar soos mense slimmer raak en tegnologie beter raak, het die TV se boks kleiner en platter geraak.
En nou kan jy allerlei supercool goed doen met jou TV.
Jy kan jou selfoon aan hom koppel
En jou skootrekenaar.
en selfs die internet.
En nou kan jy nog meer goedjies doen met die TV.
En TV is nie net vir ons flieks en programme nie.
Maar ons kan nou nie sien.
En ons kan ook sien wat alles in die wêreld gebeur.
En dit is so cool. Watcha!
In die ou dae kon ons net swart en wit op die skerm sien.
Maar nou is daar soveel kleure en dit maak alles so cool.
Ek het so baie geleer vandag, Zacky. Ek dink ons moet nou die liedjie sing oor een van die programme wat ons twee altyd op die TV kyk. Alibaba.
As julle gereed maatjies en 'n
1 2 1 2 3. Daar kom die Alibaba, die kom oor die see. Daar kom die Alibaba, die kom oor die see. Nooi, die rietkooi is gemaak. Die rietkooi is vir my gemaak om daarop te slaap. Nooi, die rietkooi is gemaak. Die rietkooi is vir my gemaak om daarop te slaap. Die Alibaba kom oor die see. Die Alibaba kom oor die see. Daar kom die Alibaba kom oor die see. Die Alibaba kom oor die see.
Ek het lang die Alibaba gekyk en ek het bietjie vergeet, Zoey.
Maar dis okay, mens kan vergeet. En dis hoekom ons dit weer sing, sodat ons maatjies dit ook onthou. Mama Zacky, wat is ons cool feit vir die dag?
Maatjies en Zoey, het jy geweet, die eerste TV is in
1928 gemaak. Dis 'n groot getal daai.
Ek dink ek moet Teacher Moet toe gaan vir my wiskundelesse.
Dis okay, sy's baie slim, sy sal ons mooi leer. Maar julle maatjies moet onthou dat julle moet veilig wees en ons sal julle weer sien. Maar ons moet nou eers gaan huiswerk doen sodat Zoshi sy nommertjies weer kan leer. Zacky sy nommertjies weer kan leer.
Ek het my net Zoey genoem. Zoshi. Oh nee, bye maatjies. Ons is uitsien vandag. Totsies. Bye. Dis regtig 'n blou Woensdag kan ons wel sê, né?
Ja, of 'n perse.
Okay. Totsiens maatjies.
Bye. Zoey en Zacky raak net slimmer en slimmer elke liewe dag wat ek hulle sien.
Julle is, en Zacky se feite is 100, is 100. Maar nou,
Is
gaan
dit
ons-
tyd?
Ja,
Weet jy wat se tyd is dit?
wat se tyd is dit?
Ons aktiewe aktiwiteit tyd.
Yes, so wat maak ons vandag met dieself?
Kyk nee, so televisie is wonderlik, nê?
Ja.
Want met televisie kan jy nie net goed sien op die televisie nie, maar jy kan leer, jy kan pret hê. En een van die goed wat jy kan doen is mos nou met ons aanlyn skool en dan leer ons nou soos om te tel en te lees.
Ja.
So vir ons aktiwiteit vandag gaan ons 'n breinoefening doen. En dit gaan wees om te tel.
Ja.
So elkeen van ons gaan 'n woord kry.
Okay.
Ek gaan begin. Dan gaan ek vir jou sê, Micheline, wat is 2 + 2?
Okay.
En dan moet jy vir my kan sê, dis 6.
Okay. Maar as jy sê 2 + 2 en as ek sê 22, is dit reg? Want
Nee.
2 en 2 is
Nee,
saam.
nee.
Ek
Dan is dit
laat
4.
my
Jy moes vir my
kies.
gesê het 6 is verkeerd.
Okay, maar 6 is verkeerd en 22 is verkeerd.
Dit is
Ja.
6.
Ons
Okay.
doen dit nie.
Is jy reg?
Ek is reg.
Okay. 5 + 1.
6,
7 minus 2.
4, 7, 3, 5.
Okay. 5 maal 2.
10,
Okay. 20 minus 4.
16.
1 + 1.
2,
10 gedeel deur 2.
5,
Hou op! 5 maal 5.
20.
Nog een aan.
200.
25.
Maar dan weet jy. Ek het so baie pret dat ek even verkeerde nommer vir u gee. Hoe kan dit 200 wees Maricel?
Dit kan. Nee, dit kan nie.
Dit kan nie.
Maar daarom is jy mooi.
Ag, dankie Maricel. Maar ek moet dit regmaak. Dis nie 200 nie, my kies is 25.
Okay, nou is dit jou weer.
Okay.
Okay.
Jy gereed?
Ja,
Okay. 3 maal 5.
15.
9 minus 3.
6.
3 maal 2.
6.
2 maal 20.
40.
10 gedeeld deur 2.
5.
Okay. 100 gedeeld deur 2 minus 2.
48.
Maricel, you go girl! Jy is 'n blommetjie pad. Jy is baie slim en mooi op die Maatjies. Sy gaan nou nie ophou nie. Maar julle het dit geniet. En ek het dit geniet. Maar nou, dink ek, is dit tyd om wat te maak, Maricel?
Nou is dit tyd vir ons eerste aanlyn skoollesie. Het jy geweet een van ons ander maatjies is ook daar?
Wie is hy?
Rivaldo. Hy's ook in die lesie. Hy
Regtig?
want weet jy wat?
Wat?
Hy kan nie tel nie. En dis sê juffrou moet sy vir hom sit en nou leer hy tel. So vandag gaan ons almal
So,
leer
ek
tel.
dink ek moet ook saam met Rivaldo gaan sit, dat teacher moet sy vir my ook leer.
Ons kan almal gaan sit. 'n hele partytjie.
Maar so sy is ook daar.
Ja!
Ons kan vir hom groet. Ja, Maricel.
So, kry nou gereed vir ons voorskoolse maatjies se week 10 lesie 3.
Welcome to my zone online school. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zacky Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zacky Online. welcome to my Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is my family. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, it is very important for us to sanitize. So let us take our sanitizer and sing our special sanitizing song. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Yay! Good job, everyone. For today's lesson, we will be doing capacity, drawing, and patterns. For our lesson now, boys and girls, let us turn to page 21. On page 21, we can see that we have two glasses. One is full and the other one is empty. Now, they are asking which one is full. And then they're asking you to circle all the glasses that are empty. Let's take a look at what full looks like and what empty looks like. Now on my table, I have two glasses. One is full and the other one is empty. Now you can tell that it's empty because there is nothing inside. If I turn it upside down, then no liquid will come out of the glass. But for the full one, even if I move it just a little bit, you can see that whatever's in the glass is moving. So it is going to be your job to circle the empty glasses. Please take your time when you're doing this, and even if there's just a little bit of liquid inside, that does not make it empty. When you are done with that one, I would like you to please move on to the next one on page 22. On page 22, we have a beautiful girl, but half of her is missing. Poor girl. It is going to be our job to make sure that we fill in the missing parts of the girl. Now, as you can already see, she has one eye, one ear, one hand, and one leg. So if you're going to fill in this picture, start at the head and make sure that as you are completing the picture, you are checking what the other side looks like. If this is done, then I'd also like you to try and put the other small details like the bow in her hair, her eyebrows, and her hair as well. Take your time with both exercises, my dear friends, and when you are done with them, try and ask an adult to see if they're correct. I will see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
Now, boys and girls, we're going to have so much fun with our family members on page 23. On page 23, you can see that we have our beautiful family. It is going to be our job to finish the pattern. Now, as you can see, we have 2 family members missing. So we need to make sure that we first cut out the family members in the middle, and then once we are done cutting them out, we are going to paste them in their correct places. So remember, we are cutting our family members out, the ones that are missing, which is the first family member, the man there, which I think is father. And then the one that is in the middle is also missing, which I think is sister. So you are going to cut them out and then take your glue and paste them next to their other family members at the bottom of the page. Now remember, boys and girls, a pair of scissors is very, very dangerous. So if you are going to use a pair of scissors, please make sure that there is an adult around. Make sure that when you're done with your pair of scissors, you put it away. It is not a toy. After you are done cutting out your family members, you are going to use glue to stick them in the correct spaces. Now, as you can see in your booklet, the correct spaces are the first one and the middle one. So when you are done cutting out your family member, you are going to take him and put him in the correct place. Please make sure that when you do this, that you are careful so that you don't make any mistakes cutting your family member by mistake. And also, when you are done, don't forget to put the lid back onto your glue and put away your scissors. Have fun with this one, boys and girls, and I will see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoey and Zoshi.
We have now come to the end of our lesson, boys and girls, and I hope you had so much fun. I know I had fun with you, and I know that you finished your work. But remember, if you didn't manage to finish because you were not sure or you don't know what to do, it's okay to ask an adult for help. Just make sure that you end up finishing by yourself. So now that we are done with our lesson, it's time to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and we are going to rub inside our hands, in between our fingers, around our hands, very good, on our wrists and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I wonder though, my friend Zoshi said he was going to come. Where is he? Zoshi? Hello, Zacky. So, from Zacky and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, MyZone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.
Sjoe, Micheline, daai voorskoolse klasie was letterlik die beste ooit.
Dit
Ooit.
Dit was
Maar dit
baie-
stop hier nie.
Ja, glad en al die nou gaan ons.
Graad 2tjies, dis tyd vir julle. So maak gereed vir week 10, lesie 3.
Is dit?
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zacky Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zacky Online. Hello, grade 2s, and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa, and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is public transport and local media. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, it is very important for us to sanitize. Remember, if you don't have sanitizer, that's okay. You can use soap and water. Just make sure that you wash your hands for 30 counts. Make sure that your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be talking about measurement and geometry. For our first exercise, boys and girls, let's turn to page 22. On page 22, we are going to be putting all the items we can see in order. We are going to be using measurement, and the measurement we're going to be using is weight, how much each thing weighs. So we're going to start with A, and we should start from the heaviest item to the lightest item. Now, as you can see, A has a baby bottle, a feather, and a car. The boxes below are the ones that we're going to use to put our numbers. Now, number 1 is going to be the heaviest one. And then the last one will be number 3. So which one do you think is the heaviest? From the car, the feather, and the baby bottle? Well, if you said that the car is the heaviest, well done. So I'd like you to put a 1 in that box. And then we can take a look at the baby bottle and the feather. Which one do you think is the next one? I think the next one is the baby bottle. Because when you hold the two together, I'm very sure that the feather is very light. That's where the saying, as light as a feather, comes from. So we're going to put our number 2 for the baby bottle and number 3 for our feather. The rest of them you can do by yourselves, but remember, we are going to start from the heaviest to the lightest. When you're done with that, you can take a look at the next exercise, which is on page 23. On page 23, we are going to be using the shapes below to make a picture. Now, you're going to be using these 2D shapes to make a picture of anything you like. Now, as you can see, we have different sizes of the different 2D shapes. So it is going to be your job to cut the shapes out, and when you're done, to paste them with glue in the box so that you can make your own beautiful picture. Remember grade 2s, a pair of scissors is very, very dangerous. So if you're going to use a pair of scissors, please can you hold it nicely? And when you are done, put it away. It is not a toy. Once you are done cutting out your squares, oh, this one says circle, your circle, your squares, your triangles, and your rectangles, you are going to use glue to paste in the box. Make sure that you use enough glue. You can roll it up or down, and when you are done making your beautiful pictures, you can close your glue so that it won't dry out. Now, I have drawn some beautiful pictures with the same 2D shapes. So let's take a look at the new friends that I have. On the board, I have 2 new friends. The first one you can see is Bob the robot. Now, Bob the robot is made up of all the 2D shapes that we have. I have my circles, and then I have my square for the head. I have my rectangle for the body, and my triangles for the smaller parts of Bob. Now, Bob is special because Bob is a robot. He likes to eat vegetables. And Bob has a sister, because I wanted to show you the 2 different pictures you can make. Bob's sister has circles for eyes. She also has a square and a square for her ears, which is different from Bob because he has circles for ears. They have a rectangle body with triangle smaller parts, the limbs. Now, you can use this idea to help you make yours, or you can do anything else. It is up to you. So Amy and Bob are done, and we are going to go outside and play together. We want you to finish both your exercises on page 22 and on page 23. Have fun, be creative, and I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoey and Zoshi.
We have now come to the end of our lesson, and boys and girls, I hope you had so much fun. Remember, if you're not sure or you can't remember what to do, you can always ask an adult for help. Just make sure that you end up finishing your work by yourself. Now that we are done though, it is time for us to sanitize. So let us take our sanitizer and rub our hands carefully. Remember, you can always use soap and water to sanitize and keep your hands germ-free. Make sure that your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I wonder though, I thought I saw him somewhere. My dear friend Zacky should be around. Oh, hello Zacky. So, from Zacky and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye!
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, MyZone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.
Sjoe, ek hoop graad 2's, julle het dit geniet, maar nou is dit die tyd vir die graad 3's om gereed te maak vir week 10 lesie 3.
Geniet dit!
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, My Zone and Zacky Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zacky Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is transport and communication. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we need to sanitize. Now remember, if you don't have sanitizer, you can still use soap and water. Just make sure that you wash your hands for 30 counts. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be doing rounding off to the nearest 10, odd and even numbers, and problem solving. For our exercise today, boys and girls, let's turn to page 23. On page 23, we are going to be rounding off to the nearest 10. Now, the first one has been done for us, but I have a little story I want to tell you so that you'll be able to do it by yourselves. So, we're going to answer a few of these with the story I'm going to tell you. Let's take a look at the board. This is Petrus. Now Petrus is on his way to school and Petrus needs to travel from house 0 all the way to house 10. Now for him to travel, he needs to use the blue road, and the blue road sometimes can get very dangerous. So as Petrus is moving from house 0. He comes out of house 0 and then he moves down the lane and goes up and he gets to house number 10. He goes down the lane again. But as he is walking and looking at the flowers, he stops at the 17th brick. He stopped at number 17 brick because he saw a dangerous animal in the road, and this is the hungry lion. Now the hungry lion has been waiting for Petrus. He sees him, and Petrus, remember, he is standing on the 17th brick. So Petrus needs to hide because the lion is going to eat him. If the 17th brick is here, where should Petrus hide? Should he go back to 10 or should he run to house 20? Let's think. The last number in the number 17, the last digit, is a 7. So any numbers from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as their last number for a unit, that means you have to run going forward. But any number that has 4, 3, 2, and 1, as the unit. That means he has to run going backwards. In this case, the brick he is standing on is brick number 17, like the one in your booklet, which is here. Now, must Petrus run forward to house 20 or run all the way back to house 10? Remember, the hungry lion is waiting for him. So if he takes the wrong house, he will get eaten. So he needs to go to the nearest house of 10. Is it the number 10 or the number 20? Oh, what is he going to do? I think he's going to run and hide at house number 20 because that was the closest house to the brick he was standing at. After a while, the lion gets upset and gets tired of waiting for Petrus. So Petrus is safe and the lion goes away. So in your book, you are going to write 20 next to 17. So 17 is equal to 20. When Petrus sees that the lion is gone, he now walks again. This time, he is walking on the lane. He's continuing. He is moving. He's on brick number 21, brick 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And then he sees him again. The hungry lion is waiting for Petrus. What should he do? Which house should he run to? Here is brick 29 where he's standing. Should he run to house 30 or run back to house 20? Well, let's find out. The number 29 has a 9 at the back for its unit. So we said, remember, if the number is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, Petrus must run forward to the house in front. But if the back number, the unit, is house number, is the unit 4, 3, 2, or 1, he must run back to the house that he came from. So in this case, he's standing on brick number 29. So we look for the unit, and the unit here is 9. We circle and we tell Petrus, Petrus, go and run to house number 30 because that is the nearest house. So he runs quickly and he gets into the house. Petrus is safe and the lion is grumpy. And after a while of waiting, the lion, the lion gets tired of waiting and disappears. And then Petrus is safe. Now I want you to write where it says 29, you are going to write 30 because Petrus is in house number 30. When Petrus sees that it's all safe and sound, he goes forward again and moves. So he comes out of the house and then he proceeds with his journey. He goes 30, 31, 32, 33, counting the bricks as he goes, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Oh, the lion is back. And this time he really wants to eat Petrus. So what do? We need to help him. He is standing on brick number 43. So we need to help him. We write the number 43 down quickly, and then we say to ourselves, we need to take a look at the unit. In this case, the unit is 3. So we check 1, 2, 3. We circle the number 3, and then we say, do we go forward, or back to where we came from? We check, and we say, Petrus, you are on block number 43. So that means the nearest house to you is number 40. Run to number 40. So Petrus runs to number 40 and he is safe. The lion gets so upset. He cannot believe he has missed another meal and he's becoming very hungry. So he disappears. And Petrus is safe again. So, where you see the number 43, the nearest 10 or the nearest house in this case is the number 40. Because we said 43, anything that is 1, 2, 3, 4 will go back to the house that they passed or back to the 10 that they passed. But any number or unit that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 will go forward to the house in front of them, the 10s in front of them. Now we're going to help him one more. He's almost there at school. We are going to help Petrus. So far, he's been having a good journey. Nothing is bothering him. He's walking. He has passed house number 50. He has passed house number 60. And he's still on the road. On the road. Counting the bricks as he goes. And then he says 70, 71, 72, 73. Uh-oh! This hungry lion is not taking no for an answer. This time he has decided to hide behind the house, but Petrus saw him before. So he is stuck on brick number 73. So we're going to write our 73 and then we want to help him. We are going to say we are looking at the unit. We check the unit. If the unit is either 1, 2, 3 or 4, he has to go back to the house that he passed, the 10s that he passed. But if the unit is 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, he needs to run quickly to the house in front of him. But you see now, he can't run to the house in front because the unit is 3. So that means he's going to run back where he came from. And the house that he came from, the 10s that he came from, was house 70. So he will quickly run to house 70 and he'll be safe. That lion is very upset now because he has not managed to catch Petrus at all. So he will disappear again, hoping to catch Petrus this time. So I want you to please write 70 where you see 73 as the question. So it's 73 is equal to 70 because 70 is the nearest house or the nearest 10. I want you to continue the story and help Petrus get to school. Remember, sometimes he'll go backwards. So if you have another number, you can start from 0 and go to that number until you get to your house. Don't forget that every number is important to check. If the number or the unit is more like 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, you are going to go to the house in front or the 10s in front. But if the unit is 1, 2, 3 or 4, you are going to the house behind or the house at the back. Take your time with this one. It can be very fun when you think about it. And make sure you help Petrus get to school. I will see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
For our exercise now, let us move on to page 24. On page 24, we are going to be talking about odd and even numbers. Now, these numbers sometimes are hard for us to remember, so we are going to write each number if it's odd or even. Before we do that though, I would like to help you remember what an odd number is and what an even number is. So let us take a look at the board. Now, all the even numbers end with 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. When we mean end with, we are focusing on the unit. So if we have a number that says 62, we are not looking at the 6, but we are looking at the 2. So if we want to say that this is an even number, we focus on the 2 in 62. Now I want to show you what an odd number looks like. Any odd numbers will end with either 1, 3, or 5, or 7, or 9, which means that we are still focusing on the unit, the back number. So if we have a number like 83, we are not going to look at the 8 in 83. Rather, we are going to take a look at the back number. In this case, the back number is the unit. And when we look at the number 83, the unit is 3. So now that we know when we are using odd numbers and when we're using even numbers, we are going to try our exercise. Remember, even numbers end with either, let's say them together, 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. Those are for the even numbers. And then our odd numbers are numbers that end with 1, let's read together, or 3 or 5 or 7 or 9. So these are the numbers that we use when we are saying odd numbers. Remember to focus on the unit because that is the one that matters the most. So if you're going to do this first part, A or B, if you're going to do the first part, you are either going to write even or the number odd. Now, if you are doing that, take your time. Check the unit, please. When you're done with A, you can move on to the second part of the exercise, which is B. B is asking you to circle all the odd numbers. Now remember, we said an odd number is a number that ends with either 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. Make sure that you focus on the unit so that you can get your correct answer. Let's take a look at C. For C, they are now asking you to circle the even numbers. So you are going to focus on the unit. For C, we are looking for even numbers, which means numbers that have either 0 or 2 or 4 or at the end. Take your time, read the numbers out loud if you need to, and make sure you circle correctly. When you are done with that, you can now move on to the next one on page 25. On page 25, we are going to be doing some problem-solving sums. Now, these are always my favorite to do because they have a story behind them, and it's your job to solve the problem. We are going to do number 3 together. So, let us take a look at what number 3 says. Number 3 says, Miss Anna counted 64 cars on the highway on Friday. She counted 24 more cars on Saturday. How many cars did she count all together? Now remember, when we're doing any problem solving sums, we need to read the story or the problem 3 times. The first one is to understand what it is talking about. Then the second time is to try and find your numbers so that you can decide whether you are adding or subtracting. And then the third time is for you to check that your answer and the way you answered is correct. So let us read it a second time to find out what we need to either add or share or subtract. Miss Anna counted 64 cars on the highway on Friday. She counted 24 more cars on Saturday. How many cars did she count all together? Now the first 2 numbers I can see is 64 cars. So we are going to take the number 64 and then it goes on to say she counted 24 more cars. Now the word more gives us the clue on whether we are adding or subtracting. In this case, the word more means we should add. So our sum is going to look like this. Let's take a look at the board. We are going to write 64 and then we are going to say plus 24. So this is how our sum is going to look like. Remember, on Friday, she counted 64, and then on Saturday, she counted 24. So we need to add them together to find out how many she actually counted all together. Let us start. We say 4 plus 4. We always start on the other side. 4 plus 4 equals, well, you can use your fingers or you can just say your answer if you're clever. It is 8. So we are going to write our number 8. And then we say 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2, we're also going to either use your fingers, your counters, or if you're clever, you're going to count on and you will say 6. Then you put your 2 fingers up and you say 7, 8. So that is our answer. Now our answer is almost complete. Remember, because this is a story, we need to write a certain sentence. So if we say 64 plus 24 equals 88. So you are going to write 88 cars. Because remember, that is what she was counting. Or if you would like, you can make a complete sentence to say, she counted 88 cars all together. So have fun with the rest of them. Please take your time for both. And I will see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on My Zone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoey and Zoshi.
We have now come to the end of our lesson, boys and girls, and I hope you had so much fun. Remember, if there's something you did not understand or you're not sure, it's okay to ask for help, so long that you do the exercise by yourself. Now that we're done, we need to sanitize. Remember, we sanitize to stay safe, but also to keep the people around us that we love safe as well. So make sure that you sanitize as regular as possible. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I wonder though, I want to go outside and play, but I can't do that alone. Is Zacky around? Zacky! Hello? Oh, there you are, Zacky. Do you want to go outside and play? Great. So, from Zacky and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.
Wauw, Micheline, ek het die beste tyd ooit gehad
Ek ook.
vandag. Ek
Ek
voel so
ook.
slim.
Teacher Mutsa, onderwyser Mutsa, juffrou Mutsa.
Ah!
Sy is maar net die beste.
Sy is.
En ek is teenoor die einde, is dit die laaste klasie en dan is dit nee man, maatjies. Maar ja, ons doen dit weer en ons doen dit weer ook môre en oormôre. Moenie huilie Marisol. Ons het weer aan die klas môre en ons gaan nog met Zoey en Zacky praat en ons gaan nog baie pret hê hierso op hierdie program. So moet jy nie worry, beloof.
Hasie ore. Okay.
So nou, Gritries, raak gereed vir weer.
Alles is klaar. Alles is klaar. Dit is nou die einde.
Dit was so klaar gemaak. En ek het nog gedink, sien jy, ek het ook nie agtergekom dat die Gritries nog al klaar is gehad.
Ja,
Dit
dit is
so
net
pret.
klaar.
Maar nou toe ja, maatjies, ons sien mekaar weer môre. So julle moet gereed maak.
En dis soet.
Laerskool graad 1, graad 2 en graad 3. Vir die aanlyn klasse môre, maar môre gaan ons terug na Engels toe. So julle moet vandag lekker uitrus, maak julle se huiswerk klaar en rus en bly soet. Wees stil by die huis.
Ja.
Moenie stout maakie.
Ah.
Moenie stout maakie. Yes. So bye maatjies, ons sien julle mekaar weer toe.